Welcome back to Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier, sponsored by Four Paws Restaurant, the iconic fine dining restaurant in St. Paul, Minnesota, with wonderful food, attentive professional service, and really fantastic wines. Um, I opened three Pinot Noirs in the last few days, one extraordinary, one surprising, and one not so great that I was going to share with you. The first wine was the 2021 Au Bon Climat Pinot Noir Isabelle, which was extraordinary, fabulous wine. Now, I have to admit, I'm a little prejudiced about the wines of Au Bon Climat because the longtime owner and winemaker Jim Clinton, and one of my closest friends until he passed away about, I guess it's been 3 years ago. Um, Jim made Jim was a force of nature. He was one of the greatest guys, expert on Barolo, expert on Burgundy, incredible chef. If you were at the winery during the day when he was there. He always fixed everybody lunch, and it was always fabulous. I had so many special occasions with him in Nashville. He was a huge donor to the Cancer Benefit Wine Auction, a huge buyer at the Cancer Benefit Wine Auction. Um, just the greatest guy ever. And actually, one of the highlights of my career was when he called me on think a Thursday and said he was having an event at Highlands Bar and Grill the following 10 days later on a Saturday, the following week. And neither he nor Frank Stitt felt like that they had anyone capable of really professionally, adequately handling the service during this amazing event that Jim was going to have with his wines at Highlands Bar and Grill. And would I be willing to come down and be the sommelier at this event? Of course, I was thrilled to. Um, it was Highlands was an amazing restaurant, and Jim was my good friend. And why wouldn't I want to help Jim at an event at such an amazing place? Well, the following Monday, Highlands Bar and Grill won the James Beard Award for Restaurant of the Year. Highlands Bar and Grill in Birmingham, Alabama, won the James Beard Award for Restaurant of the Year that year. Uh, like 4 days after I agreed to go down and be the sommelier. So it was a huge feather in my cap to be asked to be the sommelier for this man, these two men at this amazing restaurant in Birmingham the Saturday after they won the James Beard Award for Restaurant of the Year. So and then Jim and a friend of ours sat in the corner that night, drank old Giacomo Caterno Barolos with Frank, and it was one of the special days of my life. So anyway, I have very fond memories of Jim, and I am prejudiced to love his wines. But this is an extraordinary Pinot Noir. It's named for his daughter, Isabel Morgan, um, and it is just everything you want in Santa Barbara Pinot Noir. It's really soft, caressing, lovely red fruit, beautiful mouthfeel, long, beautiful finish, lots of red fruits, cherries and strawberries and red currants and lots of floral notes and beautiful, beautiful soft tannins and a long, long, luxurious finish. It's an extraordinary wine. Um, it's worth looking for. It's not inexpensive. It retails for about $50, but you're not going to buy a better $50 bottle of Pinot Noir, or maybe a better $50 wine than the Au Bon Climat. That's spelled Aubonclimat, Au Bon Climat Pinot Noir Isabel 2021. It is fabulous. Honestly, it's fabulous. And even if Jim hadn't been my very good friend, even if I hadn't had all these amazing memories with him, this would have been an extraordinary wine. By the way, I had it with dough confit with green peppercorn sauce that I fixed for dinner, and it was fabulous. Um, the next night, I opened a bottle of Pinot Noir, the 2006 Domaine Serene Pinot Noir Gold Eagle. Now, I have to tell you, I'm not a huge fan of Domaine Serene wines. I never have been, but I'm especially not a big fan of them now. But in 2006, they were still actually making pretty good wine. Um, Uh, I had very little expectation that this wine would be drinkable at 20 years old. Um, but it was actually lovely. It wasn't a powerhouse. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't really, really, really great. But it was really still very enjoyable, lovely wine at 20 years old, the 2006 Domaine Serene Gold Eagle Pinot Noir. And then for the same group, I opened a 2008 Domaine Serene Mark Bradford Vineyard Pinot Noir, and it was absolutely shot. So you just never know. It all comes down to cork, the conditions of the vintage, the caliber of the winemaker, the quality of the cork, and the storage. Both these bottles were stored the same way. Both corks were in good shape, but one of them was still hanging in there, still enjoyable, still pretty good bottle of wine. The other one was completely toast. So you just never know. You have to open the wine. You never know what's going to happen until you pull the cork. And if it's 20 years old, Oregon Pinot Noir, you probably need a backup. But anyway, go looking for the 2021 Au Bon Climat Isabel Pinot Noir. It's a fabulous, fabulous wine. If you need a recipe for duck confit with green peppercorn sauce, let me know. I'll be glad to help you out. Thanks for tuning in to Adventures of a Black Belt Sommelier. Come by and see me. Have a glass of. I've got a wonderful Chateau Neuf du Pot by the glass tonight, and I've got a wonderful Barolo by the glass tonight. You can have any one or both.